Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of All Booked Up. My name is Rachel and I am one of the librarians here at Morley Library. So today's book talk is brought to you by a series I started watching on Netflix called The Haunting of Hill House. It's a thrilling ghost story that focuses on evoking psychological terror and suspense rather than relying on traditional horror tropes. There are a few remakes of the story that have been adapted several times since the book was first published in 1959 by Shirley Jackson. Now, all three adaptations offer something different and unique to horror fans, and none are highly faithful to the book, which allows them to stand on their own. Speaking of books, the book I'll be highlighting today is a short story anthology called When Things Get Dark, stories inspired by Shirley Jackson, edited by Ellen Datlow. This anthology features stories written by authors such as Joyce Carol Oates, Josh Malerman, Carmen Maria Machado, and several others. All right, let's get all booked up. So the 18 stories in When Things Get Dark capture different facets of Shirley Jackson's literary style and the overarching themes commonly found throughout her collective bodies of work. Her stories, mostly taking place in mid-20th century America, are filled with hauntings, dysfunctional families, rage, loneliness, suspicion of outsiders, sibling rivalry, and women trapped psychologically and/or by the supernatural. Some of the stories in here take place, or end up, in the most ordinary and domestic of rooms, the dining room, and they center around meals. Other feature encounters with ghosts or the unexplainable, family members turning on each other, women trapped by expectations, or people punished for being outside the norm. In the tale Funeral Birds by M. Rickert, Lenore is socially awkward and lonely, going to funerals to people watch, being a part of the suffering and sadness of others, while at the same time just an observer, maybe even fantasizing the funeral is for someone she loved. The other one, For Sale by Owner, by Elizabeth Hand, is a subtle, quiet horror with a memorable opening line, which I will read for you. It says, "I can't remember exactly when I first started entering houses while the owners weren't around. Before my children were born, so that's at least 35 years ago." And this story is about a dog walker who finds joy in her curiosity about the homes of strangers. She gathers a group of women to trespass with her for an overnight stay in a very strange house. Another story, called The Door in the Fence by Jeffrey Ford, is a strange little story about the journey a widow embarks on after the death of her husband. Bottom line is, there is something for everyone in this anthology. And if you're interested in checking out this book, you can reserve it through our catalog or give us a call at Morley Library. And as always, thank you again for watching, and don't forget to turn on the light when things get dark. Happy reading!